All right, we should be live here. I'm going to start this up. Go grab myself a soda for a second. Alrighty then. I am back on my squeaky ass chair. And we are going to run card 6.7 in my National Wrestling Commission universe. Let's go ahead and load the event up here. So we've got Black Shadow making his debut against Earl Caddock. We haven't seen Earl Caddock in quite a while. Rudy Dusek will be in singles action instead of managing his brothers. He will take on Yvon Robert. Orville Brown will see action against the French Angel, Maurice Tillet. Santo will get a rematch with Gorgeous George. The last time that these two met, Gorgeous George ended up throwing him out of the ring unsportsmanlike and got himself disqualified. So El Santo and Gorgeous George in a rematch there. And in our main event, we will see Mildred Burke defend her NBBW women's title against Gladys Gillem, who is fresh off a win against Nell Stewart. And so that will be our main event. Let's get underway down to our first match, Black Shadow versus Earl Caddock. Black Shadow stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighs 166 pounds, and hails from Mexico City, Mexico. He uses a La Alejandra as his finisher, and sometimes will hit a flying cross tope to end matches. Earl Caddock stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighs in at 185 pounds. He hails from Walnut, Iowa. He uses a head scissors and wrist lock as his finisher. And here we go. Let's lock up as these two men get underway here. It looks like Caddock gets the upper hand on the lockup, and he is going to send Black Shadow into the ropes. Shadow comes off the ropes with a big sunset flip. Rolling up, Earl Caddock. Caddock rolling his pin. Target is 2. Roll is a 6, so Caddock able to kick out, but Shadow is off to a strong start. Nailing a crossbody block on Earl Caddock. Caddock is down. Shadow can't keep the pin on him. Caddock throws him off. Shadow bounces off the ropes, hits another crossbody block on Earl Caddock. Caddock once again put down, but he can't get the shoulders to the mat. So it is Shadow back on his feet, grabbing Caddock by the back of the head and tossing him from the ring. Caddock hits the floor hard. He twists a knee pretty badly, adding one to his fatigue here. And Black Shadow is on the attack. Shadow with a tope. I believe that this is a, let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Roll 1 die. 1 to 3 is a slingshot tope. 4 to 5 is a tope suicida. And flying cross tope on a 6. So let's roll 1 die. See what we get. 3. So it's a slingshot tope. And Caddock rolling his pin here. Target is 4. Roll is a 9. So Earl Caddock able to kick out here. And Black Shadow with another tope. And that's a 1, so we've got another slingshot tope. And Caddock rolling his defense here. He is down again. He's not going to leave the ring. And Shadow going to roll on the attack again. Once again, he just throws him out of the ring. Caddock once again hits the floor pretty hard. He's rolling his count out here. The ref begins counting him out. Target is 5. And with a roll of 2, Earl Caddock is unable to meet the referee's count and has been counted out of the match. So there we go. Would you like to record the outcome of this match? Yes, I would. I don't know why I almost hit no. Black Shadow defeated Earl Caddock if you count out, that was really kind of a dud. Caddock had 3 fatigue. Shadow had 0 fatigue. Time of match was 4 minutes and 37 seconds. And we're on to our next match here. Next match is going to see Rudy Dusek of the Dirty Duseks, the Dusek Riot Squad. He's going to be facing Yvon Robert. And hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 214 pounds, is Rudy Dusek. Dusek finishes people off with the Dusek double headlock, a finisher he shares with all of his brothers. And Yvon Robert hails from Verdun, Quebec, Canada, standing at 6 feet tall and weighing in at 201 pounds. He finishes people off with a flying dropkick or a rolling arm scissors. And these two men are set to get the match underway, so let's get down to ringside. And it looks like Dusek gonna start us off. He wins the lockup. Dusek gonna throw Robert into the ropes. And Robert able to hang on. And they meet in the center of the ring again, locking up one more time. And it looks like Rudy Dusek wins the lockup again. And Dusek throws a dropkick at Robert. And Yvon Robert is hurt. That dropkick connects. Dusek throws another dropkick. And it connects a second time. Robert sent staggering forearm smash from Rudy Dusek. And Yvon Robert catches it in the side of the head. And Dusek throws a second forearm smash, and Robert once again. It connects, and he is hurt. Robert grabs the legs up, tripping Yvon Robert. And he starts to swing him round and round here with that giant swing. And he lets him go. Dusek has Robert hurt. And he applies a step over toe hold. And Robert once again hurt here. As Dusek with another forearm smash. But this time, Robert is ready for it. And is able to duck out of the way. And connect with an open hand strike on Rudy Dusek. Dusek is dazed here. And Robert follows up that open hand strike with a big roundhouse strike. And Dusek is dazed again. And this time he backs Dusek into the ropes. And Dusek can't do anything about it. Robert backs him into the ropes. The referee steps in. Dusek tries a haymaker punch. Robert ducks it and connects with a... well, he doesn't really connect with a spinning toe hold, but he ducks and takes him down and applies a spinning toe hold there. Choice B. This is either going to be turnbuckle or an agility move. I think we're going to go for the turnbuckle. And Rudy Dusek able to, he rakes the face of Yvon Robert as Robert backs him into the turnbuckle here. And Dusek now in control. He's going to ram his head into the turnbuckle. And Robert Robert gets his foot up, blocks the attempt to slam his head into the turnbuckle. And Dusek is in control, or Robert is in control now. And Robert picks up Rudy Dusek, slams him hard to the mat. Dusek is hurt as Robert grabs a hammerlock on Rudy Dusek, keeping him on the mat. Dusek able to fight to his feet in the hammerlock there. And Robert spins him around and kicks him right in the midsection. Rudy Dusek is hurt as Robert picks him up and slams him hard to the mat again. And Dusek able to slip out the back as Robert was trying to slam him to the mat, trips up Yvon Robert and applies that step over toe hold. Robert able to kick him off, but Dusek comes back and boxes Robert's ears before Robert has a chance to really capitalize on kicking him off. And Robert's hurt from that ear boxing. And Dusek trips him down again and applies the step over toe hold one more time. Robert this time kicks him off and is quick to get back to his feet. Dusek comes charging back in, presumably to box his ears again, and Robert meets him with a big kick to the midsection. And Dusek is hurt here. As Robert picks him up, tries to slam him to the mat, and he's successful this time. Dusek is down. Yvon Robert waits for him to get up and then whips him down with a flying mare. Dusek is hurt. Robert grabs him up and power slams him to the mat. Dusek having a little bit of trouble getting up, but he eventually makes it to his feet. And Yvon Robert picks him up and body slams him once again. This time Dusek forced to use the ropes to stand back up. He is not looking good. And Robert scoops him and power slams him again. Rudy Dusek is hurting. Robert boots him in the midsection as Dusek leans on the ropes. And Rudy Dusek catches the foot and pushes him back and throws a big drop kick at Yvon Robert. Robert catches that drop kick solidly in the chest. Dusek tries to grab up Yvon Robert and slam him to the mat. Robert is hurt. Dusek continues the attack, applying a step over toe hold. And Robert able to kick him off here. And Dusek able to get back to it quickly. Tries to apply a head and arm lock, but Yvon Robert just a little too agile, a little too deft, and is quickly able to escape that. And Robert goes behind, locks in that hammer lock, and rides Dusek to the ground. Rudy Dusek is down. He is going to leave the ring. There is no brothers at ringside here. And they get into a big brawl on the outside of the ring. Both wrestlers are rolling their count out. So the target for Dusek is 2, and he is not counted out. The target for Robert is 2, and he is not counted out. So both men are able to get back into the ring. And the wrestler with the better ring rating takes over on level 3 offense, and that's going to be Rudy Dusek. So Dusek going to take back over on level 3. Dusek going to toss Robert back out of the ring. And Robert not going to let Dusek make his way out of the ring. He quickly is back to his feet and rolls back into the ring. And Rudy Dusek once again going to try to ram Yvon Robert's head into the turnbuckle. This is a choice B maneuver. We're going to roll on the turnbuckle chart here. And that's successful. Dusek slams Robert's head into the turnbuckle multiple times. Robert is hurt. Dusek rolling on level 3 here. And he applies that Dusek double headlock. This is a +2 finisher. So the target is going to be 5. And the roll is an 11. So Yvon Robert not giving up here. And Rudy Dusek going to let go of that headlock and pitch Robert out of the ring. And now Robert rolling his count out. The target is 4, and the roll is a 12, so Robert quickly able to get back in. And Rudy Dusek continues his attack with a big power slam on Yvon Robert. And Dusek quickly makes the cover after power slamming Dusek to the mat. Dusek quickly makes the cover after power slamming Robert to the mat. Excuse me. And the target is going to be 5, and the roll is an 8. So Robert able to kick out again. Dusek with a head scissors, and he's going to roll over on Yvon Robert there. This is a choice G maneuver. So it's either going to be into the turnbuckle or a level 3 move on power. I think we're going to go for the power move. This is going to work on 7 or better. And with a roll of 8, Yvon Robert is just able to avoid the head scissors rollover by Rudy Dusek, and he scoops Dusek up and power slams him to the mat. Dusek is hurt as Robert now trying to take over with a big spinning toe hold. This is a choice B. So let's see what happens here. This is going to be a turnbuckle or a level 2 move on agility. Let's go for the turnbuckle. And Dusek rolls on level 2 offense. Dusek. Yvon Robert rolls on level 2 offense here. Rudy Dusek unable to do very much in the turnbuckle. And Robert just lays the boots into him. And Robert now gonna shoulder charge him into the turnbuckle. And Dusek is dazed, so Yvon Robert into the ropes with Rudy Dusek. And he backs him into the ropes. And the referee steps in to break it up, and we get a clean break. So we're back to the center of the ring, and the two men lock up again. And it looks like Yvon Robert going to take this one. And he's going to shoulder charge Rudy Dusek again. And Dusek is out of the way. And Dusek pushes Yvon Robert back into the ropes. And drives a knee into his midsection. And Dusek scoops him on the ropes there, drops him onto his back, and applies the step over toe hold. He is too close to the ropes to submit, and he's able to kick Dusek off of him and get back to his feet. He grabs Dusek now with a gut wrench suplex and tries to put him down. Dusek not going over though. Dusek punches his way out, some shots to the midsection, locks on a grinding headlock, and Yvon Robert is dazed. He continues to work that grinding headlock, and Robert is hurt. He takes Robert to the ground and applies that step over toe hold again. And Robert definitely feeling the effects of all of these toe holds. Dusek grabbing Robert and slamming him to the mat again. And Dusek has Robert hurt. Dusek grabbing the legs and starts spinning him around in that giant swing. Robert won't give up, so Dusek lets him go and throws a drop kick at the dizzy Yvon Robert as Robert gets back to his feet. Robert glancing blow there, and Dusek continues his attack with a headlock throw. This is a power maneuver. They are even, so that is going to work. And Robert able to roll down, but Dusek still applying that headlock, still laying on him. And Dusek with another giant swing attempt. And Robert is hurt. And Rudy Dusek waits for him to get back to his feet and throws another big drop kick. And this time Robert sidesteps the drop kick. He's out of the way. And he grabs up Rudy Dusek and tries for a knee breaker. This is a choice C maneuver, so level 3 on agility, so that would be 5 or less, or level 2 on power. That's 6 or less, so let's go for the power move here. And he's not able to do it as Dusek takes control again with another big step over toe hold. And Yvon Robert is hurt. And he continues to wrench that step over. And Robert able to kick him off. But Dusek able to get back on the attack before Robert able to really get his wits about him. And Rudy Dusek locks on a grinding bear hug. This is a power maneuver. And they're equal in power, so that's going to work. And Yvon Robert is down. He is not going to leave the ring. Rudy Dusek going to scoop him up and power slam him to the mat. Robert is hurt. Dusek grabs him up once again and body slams him to the mat. Robert once again hurt. And Dusek grabs the legs, spins him around with that giant swing. Robert still won't give up, so Dusek has to let him go. Dusek waits for him to get back to his feet and smashes him across the head with a forearm. And that dazes Yvon Robert. Dusek grabs the headlock and throws Robert to the mat. Robert is hurt. And Dusek spins out, grabs the legs, and tries to spin Robert around with that giant swing once again. Yvon Robert is hurt by Rudy Dusek, but won't give up. Dusek lets him go, waits for him to try to get back to his feet. He is reeling, he is dizzy, and Dusek throws that drop kick. Yvon Robert is caught. He's hurt. And Dusek with a forearm smash. He hurts him again, scoops him, slams him, And Robert is hurt. Does Robert only have one down? Yeah, he only has one down on level 3. That's why this is so ridiculous. I mean, he was a legend in Quebec, but I was not expecting this match to go like this. Yvon Robert is hurt. Rudy Dusek grabs the giant swing, spins him around again. Robert is hurt once again. Dusek throws that drop kick at Yvon Robert. Robert able to get out of the way. Robert with that knee breaker once again. 6 or less here. And with a roll of 6, he is successful in nailing Rudy Dusek with that knee breaker. Rudy Dusek is hurt. And Yvon Robert grabs him up and slams him to the mat with a big power slam. Rudy Dusek is down. He's going to roll out of the ring. And Robert smartly stays in the ring, doesn't follow him out. Waits for Dusek to step back in and is quick to take control again. Yvon Robert scoops up Rudy Dusek and slams him to the mat. And Rudy Dusek able to scoot out the back before Robert is able to drive him down. Dusek pushes Robert into the ropes and pushes Robert out of the ring. That is not very good sportsmanlike conduct by Rudy Dusek. And Dusek quickly down off the apron, grabs Robert by the back of the head and rolls him back into the ring. Dusek with a big body slam on Yvon Robert. Robert is down. Dusek with a big power slam, and he's rolling his pin. Target is going to be 6. Roll is a 6. So just like that, Yvon Robert has been defeated by Rudy Dusek with a power slam in a fairly long match there. That was a 3-star match. Rudy Dusek defeated Yvon Robert via power slam. Let's see, Robert had 5 fatigue. Dusek had 1 fatigue. Time of the match was 30 minutes and 42 seconds. So that was a fairly long match, guys. Definitely not how I saw that going down when I booked it. The next match is going to pit Orville Brown against the French Angel, Maurice Tillet. And Brown stands 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighs in at 240 pounds, hailing from Kansas City, Kansas. And he finishes people off with the Indian Deathlock or the Pile Driver, preferably. And Maurice Tillet, the French Angel, stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and is 276 pounds. He hails from Paris, France. And he finishes people off with a bear hug. And let's get this match underway. The two meet up in the center of the ring, and it looks like it's the French Angel, Maurice Tillet, taking advantage on the lockup. And Tillet goes for a knee lift. And that's either going to be a ropes or a level 2 move on power, which would make that 5 or less. So we're definitely going for the ropes. And they back into the ropes, and Maurice Tillet and Orville Brown break clean and meet up in the center of the ring. And once again, the French Angel, Maurice Tillet, wins the lockup. And he slams him with some forearm hammers. That is going to work. They are equal in power. So the forearm hammers caught Orville Brown. Brown is hurt here. And now Maurice Tillet nails him with some menacing palm strikes. And that's going to put Orville Brown down. Brown not going to leave the ring. And Tillet blasts him with some fearsome headbutts. Once again, Brown is down. Not going to leave the ring here. Tillet going to pitch him out of the ring, though. So he's leaving the ring one way or the other. And the French Angel waits for him to get back in. And Orville Brown steps onto the apron, and the French Angel helps him through the ropes by the back of the head. And Tillet biting Brown on the forehead here. And Brown is hurt as Maurice Tillet continues the assault with some more menacing palm strikes. Orville Brown down once again. And once again, Maurice Tillet, gonna throw him out of the ring. I hit that twice. Ignore the second one. We're gonna go for this one. Opponent rolls count out. So something happened outside the ring here. Let's see what it was. And Orville Brown caught Maurice Tillet coming out of the ring and scooped him up and body slammed him on the floor. So now we're rolling count out for Maurice Tillet. And target is 2, roll is a 7, so he's not counted out. But Orville Brown is now in control of this match, rolling on level 3. He's not going to pitch him out of the ring. Instead, he's going to crush him with a big right hand. And Maurice Tillet is hurt. And Brown backs him into the ropes. And Orville Brown able to take him down off the ropes with a nice fireman's carry. And he sets him up and applies that mounted armbar on the French Angel. And Angel is in the middle of the ring and nowhere to go. Can't reach the ropes. The target here is going to be 3. And the roll is a 3. And just like that, with a mounted armbar, Orville Brown has defeated the French Angel, Maurice Tillet. So Brown defeated Tillet with a mounted armbar. That really wasn't that good of a match. I'm going to say 1 star. Let's see, the match note. Tillet had 2 fatigue, and Brown had 0 fatigue. Time of the match was 6 minutes and 15 seconds. There we go. And our penultimate match is going to see El Santo face off against Gorgeous George. So let's get down to ringside. And El Santo stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighs in at 209 pounds. He hails from Hidalgo, Mexico. He likes to finish people off with the La Dia Cabello, which is essentially a camel clutch. And here we have Gorgeous George, accompanied by Cherie Dupree, of course. And Gorgeous George stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 220 pounds. He hails from Hollywood, California, and he likes to finish people off with either the rolling hip locks or a spinning toe hold. And now, the two meet in the center of the ring and lock up. And it looks like Gorgeous George going to win the lockup here. He is going to attempt a drop kick, but El Santo too fast and is able to sidestep that. And then he comes running back at Gorgeous George with a running body attack. Choice C maneuver here. Not going to do the agility, going to do the power. That's going to work on 7 or better. And with a roll of 7, he is successful, but Gorgeous George able to get out of the way of the running body attack and take control of the match here. And Gorgeous George slaps El Santo in the face and then prances around the ring, flicking his hair and preening himself. Very, very happy about that. And El Santo is hurt. And Gorgeous George gets underneath him, scoops him up, and starts spinning him around with an airplane spin. And Santo is once again hurt as George dumps him on the mat and applies a hammerlock. This is a choice F maneuver. So this is going to be a level 3 on power, which I think is what we're going to do. It's going to work on 7 or better. And on a roll of 10, George just can't apply that hammerlock. And El Santo able to slip out and get to his feet first. And he grabs Gorgeous George and locks him in an octopus hold. This is going to be a pin here. Target is going to be 3, and the roll is an 8. So Gorgeous George able to kick out there. And now El Santo with a Tope de Cristo. This is an add 1 move. And Gorgeous George is down. He is going to roll out of the ring. And George rolls out of the ring. And he pulls El Santo out of the ring. And oh, look at that. He just nailed him with a Georgie pin right in the face. Right above the eye where his eye is still, where his face is exposed through that match with one of those Georgie pins. He's rolling DQ. The referee is not happy. The target is 6. The roll is a 10. So, Gorgeous George not disqualified. The referee strongly admonishing him. And George rolls El Santo back into the ring and applies a spinning toe hold. The target is going to be 2 here, and the roll is an 11. So Santo able to avoid submitting to the toe hold. But Gorgeous George able to let Santo get up and then quickly small packages him and grabs the tights. Santo is able to kick out readily, but he is down. And now Gorgeous George going up. He could death jump here. He is definitely not going to do that. Instead, he's going to apply a Gorgeous Grip on El Santo. Santo is hurt here. And George grabs the Georgie pins again and rakes the face of El Santo. I don't think the referee saw it this time. And so Santo able to avoid being attacked with those Georgie pins. He keeps him out of his face and goes on the attack, scooping up Gorgeous George and slamming him to the mat. And as George gets up, he slams him again. And one more time for good measure, 3 consecutive scoop slams by El Santo. Gorgeous George is hurt. And Santo comes in with a running body attack. This is a choice C maneuver. We're going to go for the power maneuver here, and that's going to work on 7 or better. And with a roll of 12, Gorgeous George is able to get out of the way. Gorgeous George once again attempts to rake El Santo's face with the Georgie pins. And he gets it this time. Santo is dazed here. And Gorgeous George tries to throw a big drop kick at him. But Santo is too quick. Just able to sidestep it. Once again, tries that running body attack. Target is 7. Roll is a 7. So that is going to work this time. Except that Gorgeous George is once again able to get out of the way. And Gorgeous George slaps El Santo in the face. And once again starts preening himself. Cherie Dupree comes up onto the apron and starts spraying George with the perfume. El Santo is dazed here. And Gorgeous George moves in, grabs him, and body slams him to the mat. And El Santo is hurt as George continues his attack, locking in that Gorgeous Grip. And Santo is hurt again as George continues to apply pressure on that Gorgeous Grip. And now, Santo nowhere to go. Face is in agony here. He's forced to maybe submit. The target is 2. Roll is an 8. So El Santo able to avoid submitting, but is still in a lot of trouble here. And Gorgeous George now moves from the Gorgeous Grip, grabs a leg, and applies a figure 4 leg lock to El Santo. Santo is down, but he's not giving up. He's able to get to the ropes. And Gorgeous George pulls him off the ropes back to the center of the ring and locks on that spinning toe hold. Target is going to be 4. Roll is a 3. So just like that, Gorgeous George has defeated El Santo with the spinning toe hold. No DQ that time. There was some bad sportsmanship, though, on the part of Gorgeous George, so not an entirely clean win. Gorgeous George defeated El Santo with a spinning toe hold. And Santo had 2, 3, George had 2. So let's see, that's a 2.5 star match. And Santo had 3. George had 2. And time of the match was 12 minutes, 13 seconds. And there we go. We've moved on to our main event. which is Mildred Burke taking on Gladys Gillem for the NBBW World's Women's title. And Mildred Burke, our champion, stands 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs in at 138 pounds. She hails from Coffeyville, Kansas. She likes to finish people off with that alligator clutch. And her opponent, Gladys Gillem, stands 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs in at 160 pounds. She hails from Birmingham, Alabama, and likes to finish people off with the big headbutt. And these two meet in the center of the ring as the bell rings. And neither girl can get the upper hand here. And they push each other off. And there's a stare down as they meet up in the center of the ring again. And this time it's the champion, Mildred Burke, gaining control of the match on the lockup. And she hammers Gladys Gillem with a big forearm uppercut. And Gillem's in trouble. She's hurt here. And Burke grabs an arm wringer on Gladys Gillem. And Gillem able to turn it around. She's got the arm of her own here. And she grabs her up and tries to alley-oop her. This is a choice B maneuver. And we're going to roll on into the turnbuckle, I guess. None of these options are good. And it doesn't matter. Gillem able to back her into the turnbuckle and then just use her size advantage to just kind of smother her in the turnbuckle and deliver a couple of real hard slaps to the chest of Mildred Burke. Burke is in trouble here as Gillem goes on the attack. Gillem climbs up to the second rope, jumps off, and Mildred Burke catches her with a big fist to the gut. And Gillem goes down to the mat like a sack of bricks as Burke is now on the attack. And Mildred Burke picks up Gladys Gillem and drives her across the knee with a big backbreaker. This is an add one maneuver. And Gillem is in trouble here as Burke goes for the cover. Target is 4 and roll is a 6, so she's able to kick out, but Burke definitely on top of this one here. And now she's going to throw Gladys Gillem out of the ring. And Gillem grabs Burke by the back of the leg as she tries to go back to the center of the ring and wait for Gillem. Pulls her out, and Gillem rakes her in the face and smacks her into the turnbuckle post. The referee, having words with Gladys Gillem, avoids being disqualified and rolls Burke back into the ring, and Gillem is in control now. Gladys Gillem not going to throw her out of the ring, going to roll up here. And Gillem, choice F here. Neither of these are good. Gonna go for the agility move, which is going to work on 4 or less. And with a roll of 9, Mildred Burke is going to take control of the fight. And she's going to back Gladys Gillem into the ropes. SDG Replays is here. Hello, new to LOW, just ordered this week. That's awesome. It's an incredibly fun game. I really, really enjoy it. I hope you do too. Back to the match here. Gillem able to get to the ropes here, and they skirmish, and Mildred Burke returns the favor. Earlier in the match, Gillem chopped her in the chest, or slapped her in the chest several times in the turnbuckle. This time, Burke slaps Gillem in the chest several times as they lean against the ropes. And Mildred Burke is on the attack. Burke gonna back her back into the ropes. And this time, the referee is quick to step in. He doesn't want to see any more silly business. And they meet in the center of the ring and roll for initiative. And Gladys Gillem able to take control on the lockup. And she is going to back Mildred Burke into the ropes. And once again, the referee steps in. Says no. And once again, Gladys Gillem wins on the lockup. And Gillem able to slip behind Mildred Burke and apply a rear nerve grip. And Gillem, she's got Burke down. She's really wearing Burke down center of the ring with that nerve grip. The target is going to be 2. Burke has nowhere to go. And the roll is a 4, so Burke able to break out of the nerve grip. And Gillem is still on the attack here. Gillem climbs to the top. And she's coming off with a death jump. And once again, Mildred Burke laying into Gladys Gillem as she comes off the, I guess, second rope is what I said last time. And she just punches her right in the gut a second time. You think Gillem would learn, but apparently not. And Mildred Burke now on the attack. Mildred Burke going to throw her out of the ring. And she's just going to wait for Gillem to get back in. And as Gillem steps through the ropes, Burke launches at her and is on the attack. Burke grabs her and suplexes her to the mat. Gillem is hurt here. And Mildred Burke, a second suplex, just throwing her all over the place. Gladys Gillem going to roll out of the ring. And no good here as Burke, once again, not falling for it. Not gonna climb out of the ring and get into it with her. He's going to wait for her to get back in the ring. And Gillem can't get the upper hand as Burke launches at her again when she steps through the ropes, blasting her with a forearm uppercut. And Gillem is hurt. SDG Replays ordered the color starter set Legends 1 and 2. Big 80s NWA Mid-Atlantic fan. Yeah, those are some good ones. I'm trying to think if there's any other sets that are really good for like Mid-Atlantic. I mean, they're like some of the. Not really. I think that those are going to be your best sets for that. I know that there are some bootleg cards which maybe you'll want to get into after you get like a handle on the game. I recommend the official, like getting in with the official stuff. But there's a bootleg group who makes custom cards called UBU that has done some Mid-Atlantic stuff, some stuff like Mr. Wrestling, Tim Woods, and some of the like Ivan Koloff, or not Ivan, Nikita Koloff, Great Muta, Sting, Lex Luger, those kind of guys that are just, they're fantastic bootlegs, pretty much indistinguishable from the real thing, except they're not on the official background. That you might want to look into after you sort of get a hang on the game. So, and Johnny Valentine is in expansion 2, I believe, and one of my favorites. So, what is this program I'm using? I created this myself. It is a desktop that I programmed and am using. It is not available to the public yet. I'm actually talking with Phil Singer about releasing it to the community, either officially through them, if they're willing to work with me officially, or just as a fan project if they're not. I just need to be sure that I'm not stepping on their toes. There's no like officially licensed stuff in the program. It doesn't come with any cards or charts or anything. Everything you see in here, I've added myself based on the cards that I own. So, yeah. So I'm just basically waiting to hear back from them to make sure that they're cool with it and I'm not going to step on their toes or whatever. So that's kind of where that lies. But yeah, it hopefully will be available to the public. I'm hoping to make it available through Patreon unless they want to do an official thing with it, which I don't think so. I mean, I think they've got their hands full with what they're doing now. So I'm just hoping to do a Patreon thing where you basically pay $5 and you get access to the program. And it's, if you want to keep getting updates and support and stuff, it'll be $5 a month or whatever. Otherwise, you could just pay it 1 month, download it, and you're done. So, but yeah, that's where it's at now. Anyway, back to the match. And thank you for saying that it looks fantastic. I appreciate that. And Gillem is hurt by that forearm uppercut by our champion, Mildred Burke. And now, Burke is on the attack, gonna back her into the ropes one more time. And Gladys Gillem can't do anything as Burke backs her into the ropes. And Burke, once again, moving quickly And Fireman's carrying her out of the ropes and back into the center of the ring. And as they stand back up, Burke nails her with another big forearm uppercut. And that catches Gladys Gillem solidly, sends her rolling across the ring. She's going to roll out of the ring. And it looks like both wrestlers end up out of the ring. Mildred Burke following Gillem to the floor. And they're both going to roll count out here. And target is 3 for Burke, and she's not counted out. And target is 5 for Gillem, and Gillem is counted out. So Burke and Gillem brawl on the outside of the ring, and just as the referee is hitting about 8, Mildred Burke nails her with another one of those big forearm uppercuts, puts her down, and then rolls back into the ring to score the count-out victory. I would like to record the outcome of the match. Thank you. And Mildred Burke is the winner against Gladys Gillem. And it ended on a countout. I'm not going to call it a dud. Let's see. It would have been a 2-star match, 3-star match because of the title. I'm going to call it like a 2-star match. I'm going to remove a star for the screwy ending. And now Burke, 2 fatigue. Gillem had 3 fatigue, technically, because she earned 1 for the countout. And then time of match, 20 minutes and 24 seconds. And that's going to do it for our matches tonight. Let's see what SDG Replay is saying. I'm planning on streaming when I get comfortable with the game. Awesome. The more people streaming the game, the better. I think it's the best way to sort of get the game out there for people. I mean, most of the people that you run into are kind of who come into these streams are already part of the community. But every once in a while, you get people who see somebody, like they'll see a wrestler that they know and they'll click on the stream and they'll come in and be turned on to the game. So I think YouTube is an invaluable resource for turning people onto the game since, it's mostly word of mouth popularity at this point, or word of mouth kind of pushing new fans into the game. There's not a whole lot of not a whole lot of advertising or anything at this point. So I like the variety of the outcomes. Yeah. It's one of those games that I think does a pretty good job of, not every match is going to end with a pinfall or submission, and enough of them end with a pinfall or a submission that the count out or whatever is not that big of a deal, especially considering, the era that Legends is trying to portray as kind of earlier. I know there's some 90s and 2000s era cards, but for the most part, it's earlier than that. And, the count out, the DQ, all of that stuff wasn't uncommon then and wasn't really looked upon as a crappy way to finish matches like it is now. So yeah, Al and Dave are great. Al doesn't stream this very often, which sucks because he's fairly amusing when he does his play-by-plays. And Dave is great. A big fan of Dave and his, Heartland Championship Wrestling that he does. I can't say enough good things about Dave. Definitely does some cool stuff for the community too. I know Dave has released some charts and things that he has created, and I've helped him kind of spruce those up in the past. So that's always been fun. And I know, like I said, I know Al streamed it a little bit for a while and then kind of got out of it. I know Al has a lot of sort of things that he likes to stream, from baseball to boxing to this to, I think I've even seen him stream some golf stuff, which is cool, but really, really random. So But yeah, I'm glad that you found it, and I hope you really enjoy it. If you're a fan of like wrestling, I think it's the best sort of tabletop wrestling game out there. I mean, obviously, you could get video games, and they're a bit more visually appealing or whatever, but they just don't have the feel of like the card and dice games do. And I know that technically I play it on a computer through a program, but I tried to maintain the feel of like rolling dice and playing it. It's more of like supposed to be more of like a virtual tabletop than a video game. So hopefully I maintained that feel. But yeah. So I hope you enjoy it, and that is all for me for the evening. So I hope that your evening is good, and I will see y'all later. Thanks for